I think I have a problem, guys. I think I do. Okay, so another unboxing and first impressions, this time a Seiko, and I decided to go with a quartz Seiko. Yes, you heard that right. Before we dive into it though, quick wristwatch check. Wearing this steel dive, and I put it on a tropic strap. If you didn't watch the unboxing and first impressions, make sure you go check it out after this video right here, and I will be doing a full review soon. But back to the Seiko. So I have been looking for a while for a watch that I can just wear and not care about one bit. So basically a beta watch, and I wanted something that I'd still really like, because a lot of the time beta watches, or the term beta watches, it falls in line with certain watches that you can wear no matter what and not have to worry about. But oftentimes I don't really like the design, so I wanted something I really like the design of, and I went with a Seiko. It's all in there, so that's good. Signed guarantee, that makes a difference. So I bought this from AMJ Watches, I think it is. Go check them out. They've got a nice sale on some new Seikos at the moment, and I managed to pick this up for only £240, which really isn't too bad. So it comes with its booklets and stuff, and in the Seiko box is another Seiko box. This is actually my first time seeing the watch as well, so I'm quite excited. Now let's have a look. Boom. And here it is. So I decided to go with one of the Tuna. Now these have been nicknamed the Street Tuna, I think, because it's what Seiko are trying to do is basically go more trendy with this line, because if you've seen the traditional Tuna, it's quite a big, thick watch. It's very much a tall watch. Now that's not to say this isn't, because it still falls in line with that. However, it's more street savvy. As you can see, I've gone with the grey one. They do it in blue and a black with like faux patina, which is quite nice as well. But this is the SNE537. So that is the reference to this one. Now the reason I went for this was because I really like the grey on grey. I think the bezel with the grey and the black just looks super nice. And now I don't know if you can see that. There is a texture, a very subtle texture on that dial, which again was really, really nice and definitely very, very attractive. Now you have a I think that's a 120 click bezel. I'm not too sure. I will be doing a full review of this. This is purely just an unboxing and first impressions. Wow, I actually really like it. I thought this this sort of cage or whatever they call it would be more plasticky feeling, but it actually feels pretty substantial. It feels like, you know, it feels like metal. I'm not too sure if it is. Again, in the full review I will go into detail about all these sort of things, but for now this is purely taken out of the box and just telling you what I think straight off the bat. So inside in this the watch, the caliber is one of their Solar calibers. It's the V157. Now apparently on a full charge it can last 10 months in complete darkness, which is pretty cool. And obviously the benefits of Solar is you don't have to replace the batteries. Now when they do eventually go, it's the cell that goes, so you have to replace the whole cell. Let's take the sticker off. I know a lot of people find this stuff satisfying. To be honest, I don't really care. I leave stickers on most of the time and they just end up falling off. So there we go. That's for you people who really who would have been really upset if I hadn't have done that. But there you go. Nice Seiko wave on the back. All very, very nice. So as I said, inside here is a Solar caliber. I quite like that. Quartz doesn't bother me. You know, do I prefer seeing a sweeping second hand? Of course I do. But, you know, that tick does not offend me. And let's see if it's lined up. No, it's off. Not much of a surprise there that it's off. But not the end of the world for me anyway. So the accuracy of this is rated at 10 to 15 seconds per month. So again, incredibly accurate, and you have that benefit of the Solar, so you don't have to worry about battery changes, which is always nice as long as you're wearing it where there is natural light, which I often will be. Yeah, it's just a cool piece. So stainless steel with hard coating and plastic. So apparently this is plastic. It just feels pretty substantial, which is good. The crystal is hardlex, so not sapphire, which I think would have been nice, but again, It's to be expected really with Seiko at this point. Lumibright on hands and indices, so the lume is going to be what you expect from Seiko. Very, very good. Obviously the band is silicon, again with a very, very nice texture, as you can see. No signed buckle on this, which is a bit unusual. But yeah, nice strap. We'll try it on in a second. You've got 200 meters of water resistancy with a screw down crown with your normal functions as you'd expect. Yep. And it just screw back down, nice and easy. There we go. So you've got a case size of 46.7 millimeters. So straight off the bat, I know a lot of people are going to be like, James, that is ridiculous. 46.7 millimeters in case size. However, from that lug tip to that lug tip, so where the strap actually comes down, it is shorter, which is 45.8, which is what's given it the nickname Tuna, because it resembles a can of tuna, like a tuna can. So yeah, pretty cool. And only 12.6 millimeters thick. So I say only because with those dimensions, that is incredibly thin, and the traditional tuna is quite a bit thicker, if I remember. So obviously screw down back, screw down crown, unidirectional rotating bezel. You've got dates over there at 4. I think I would have preferred it at 3, but again, not the end of the world. And you can see the bezel has got very, very subtle on the grey, almost like a record. So, and you can see the indexes are recessed. Is that the word? Recessed, I think. Lume pip over there at 12 in a triangle. I quite like the hands on this. So you've got sort of arrow and sword hands with the indices, and you can already see that's gaining some some lume already. So let's try it on. Okay, so here it is on my 6 3/4 inch wrist, and as you can see, that does not wear big. Of course, it is a big watch. I mean, you know you're wearing something that's a little bit strange in its dimensions compared to your typical watch, but that fits so well. As you can see on the lugs, they're not hanging off. It's curving around the wrist. This strap is super comfortable. I've never really been a big fan of these Seiko straps. I just don't really like them. I always find them a bit too long. However, this one, I don't know if it is actually shorter, but it feels shorter than the others. Unless I've just put on that much weight during lockdown. That might be the case. But it wears really well, really comfortable. And you know what? I am so far quite impressed. And I think I'm going to really enjoy this piece. It's going to be fun having a quartz piece in the lineup. You know, I've got a few quartz pieces, but this is going to be one of the more recent acquisitions. So let's see how I get on with it. You can see that crystal's got slight curve there at the ends, but really, really cool. I look forward to giving this a good couple of weeks on the wrist before I do a proper review. And yeah, we'll see if this ends up a keeper or if I end up getting rid of it. Let's see. Thank you very much for watching. I hope you're all keeping well, and I will see you all in the next one. Take care, guys.